What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. So let's talk about Stellar Blade because this game has been in development for quite some time. I mean, I still remember back in 2020 during the pandemic. No, I think it was 2020, 2021. Yeah, when we were still in lockdown. Stellar Blade, it was being promoted. Back then, it was actually called Project Eve, and they since then changed the name of the game. So it's a Korean RPG game. It is going to be exclusive for the PlayStation 5. It looks really cool, but your boy Andy's going to get it for PC. So when the game was first announced, and it was called Project Eve, there was a lot of criticism about the character. So the main character is this really sexy, good-looking chick, right? And a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, real women don't look like that." Blah 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 blah. They were really criticizing it and saying that, okay, well, this type of game is made for the male gaze. Now let me ask you something. If a video game is made for boys to look at, what is wrong with that? Right, because there's a lot of things catered to females, right? And like Korean dramas. Korean dramas are catering to females. So, what's wrong with a video game catering to men? Putting a really hot chick as a female lead. Wait a minute. I thought that we were about, strong female characters and shit. So just because she's good looking, she's not female? So we are back at it. We're back at it again. And Western gaming developers are criticizing Stella Blade once again, for the female lead character being too sexy, right? And this is what they have to say.
The one thing, I know you were talking about the character from a bygone era. I do think the character model was actually like very distracting in not a good way, because like with the camera angles chosen, it just felt like this game seems like a game that came out in like 002 in terms of its, like character design. It's like a bit old and not flattering, I don't think, for a modern audience. In comparison to something like Forspoken, which has, yes, it has a much more realistic looking character designs. It's not these hyper proportioned something or another's, but it also seemed, I don't know, a bit more grounded in a way that I found much more appealing than what we saw here.
From a general standpoint, I do agree with you, but I do think Project Eve, when it comes to facial construction, it does have some merit though, because the characters look very different. It's just that once you go, neck down, there's a lot of issues on
yes, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh dear. Okay, well look.
It really boggles my mind. Like the West doesn't like female characters. That's why recently many female gaming characters have been ugly. Everything from like Fables to Horizon. The females have just been looking just hideous. And good God, that chick from Fable, my goodness, they tore her apart. And apparently they got these character models from real women, right? Now, it's the studio, right? The studio from Stella Blade, they decided to reply to this criticism. This is what they had to say. Right, so they say, want to know a fun fact before jumping into New Year 2024? Stellar Blade, our protagonist, Eve body figure, was actually based on a 3D scan of the Korean model Shin Jae-eung. Right, Stellar Blade currently has a release window of 2024. Right, so that's what they said. Right, and actually, my apologies, they weren't exactly saying that at the critics, but despite of the fact that it was getting a lot of criticism, they still released the game with their sexy female character instead of making her ugly. It's almost as if they were giving the middle finger to Western critics, as they should. And actually, here's a video of the scan. So as you can see, the model that they use for Stella Blade, she is absolutely gorgeous. She is very sexy. She's a very sexy Korean woman. And I don't understand why some of these developers don't understand. What they have been saying is that real women don't look like this. So the main character for Stella Blade, they're saying that real women do not look that good, or they're not supposed to look like that, which really boggles my mind. It's like, do you not leave your house? Like, you don't go outside? You don't look at real women, right? And I mean, now I'm gonna use a pretty rated R example here. If you've ever gone to a strip club, if you ever, as a man, no, forget strip clubs. If you ever gone to like Instagram, you've seen Instagram models that that look absolutely beautiful, absolute bombshells. It's like, do you not scroll the internet? And I'm not talking about corn, right? I'm not talking about corn. I'm just talking about like, regular. You've never seen a model before. You've never seen a beautiful woman. Like, do you really live under a rock to say something like real women do not look like that? The real women do not look like, the Stella Blade character. Come on, dude. Come on. Like, come back to the real world. For us regular people who are used to seeing beautiful women in the streets, within our own social groups or wherever we go, shout out to you. You've been living in the real world, but to these strange cave lingering game developers that have never seen the light of day, or have never socialized or something, have never seen a beautiful woman, I recommend you step outside your house. Just leave your house once in a while, and maybe you're not gonna have this problem. Maybe you actually design better characters for your video games. Because whether you like it or not, God created women to be beautiful. God created females to be absolutely stunning, with big tatas and a big round booty and curves. Women have curves. Women have long hair. Beautiful women. You should try one sometime, or try dating one. Or actually, you know what? Never. Let me not even go there. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank God, shout out to the South Korea studio that made Stella Blade for standing up to Western critics and making this beautiful character that we can all enjoy for our gameplay. And some people are going to say, oh, well, it's for the male gaze. Good. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Tell me what's wrong with that if it's for the male gaze. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy Animatrix. Godspeed, baby.